Oh my goodness, did that piss me off. I was so mad. So mad. The Supreme Court decision. I just did a remote view on that. It looked like they were all in cahoots. What I didn't ask is if they were going to take it or when they were going to present their opinion. Oh, here's some more information about it.
Now that the United States Supreme Court has declined to take the presidential immunity matter, taking it away from the Circuit Court of Appeals early, what happens next? Some things are certain, some things not so much. What is certain is that the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals, the appeals court, will hear this case in oral arguments in early January. How long will it take them to make a decision? My guess is several days to a few weeks, probably the shorter end of that. What's also clear is that nothing will be happening in the trial court, the district court. Once the appeal was made to the circuit court, jurisdiction came out of the district court, and the circuit court, the Court of Appeals, has jurisdiction. Once the Court of Appeals has made its decision, then jurisdiction will go back to the district court. What happens once the Court of Appeals makes a decision? Well, the loser will try an appeal to the United States Supreme Court. They will not be required to take the case. But will they? That's where we get into major speculation. I think it's likely that the Circuit Court, the Court of Appeals, will find that the president does not have immunity, though they could say that he has immunity in certain circumstances and send the case back to the district court to decide if those are relevant. If the Circuit Court says that there simply is not presidential immunity after the president leaves office, then Trump appeals, and it could be that the Supreme Court doesn't take that case. They really don't want to take it. That's probably the correct decision, and they may just say, let the Circuit Court of Appeals decision stand. But as I've said many times before, when people ask a question, could the Supreme Court? The answer is always yes. They can do whatever they want. They can take the case. They can simply affirm the Circuit Court, whatever the decision is. They can overrule the Circuit Court, or they can do either of those things in part. They can come up with a test as to when the president might actually be prosecutable for a matter that happened during his presidency. I suspect we'll have a decision from the Circuit Court by the end of January. Then there will be the appeal to the Supreme Court. It usually takes them maybe a couple weeks to decide. They did it pretty quickly this last time around. And then either it will or won't go to the Supreme Court.
Okay, now that we realize it's not as bad as I know I thought it was when I heard the news as I'm traveling back home, I was just fuming. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But the appellate court. So my first impression after I calmed down was able to allow Spirit to come in and talk to me. Spirit does not like to maneuver through anger. I can attest to that. However, I asked, like, the universe, the spirit, whatever the energy is, what the appellate court is going to say and how the Supreme Court is going to react to it. So let's start there. Let's start with the appellate court. Now, I am not fluent in appellate court proceedings, this, that, and the other. So if somebody is, they can explain this a whole heck of a lot better than I can. Or if you're on TikTok, go follow that guy that I just did a little thing on. I think his name's Legal Dad. I think that's what he says. Definitely do that. You can go look him up on YouTube. He might have a YouTube channel as well. But he is literally incredibly versed in legal matters. And I get a lot of my information and, you know, the ins and outs from him. Okay. Sometimes when I go back to my videos, I have a feeling that I'm speaking too fast and it doesn't capture it. So I'm going to slow it down, or at least try to. All right, here we go. Appellate court. Appellate court. I always picture a bird. The pelicans. what happens. And the Pelicans will have those great big old huge thing where you can put like, you know, a kitchen sink in there. Like they get all the trash. Yeah, there's that. Okay, let's see what the appellate court. First up, we have the appellate court. Three of Pentacles, which is craftsmanship, teamwork, cooperation, recognition. So we're on the right track. Appellate court. Next up is collaboration, rite of passage. So I think, I just got information, like some words, that the appellate court wants its opportunity. I think they were all in agreement that it needs to, in order for this not to be litigated, like, hey, they skipped some steps. Trump didn't even get his rite of passage, his due diligence. I think that's what they're trying to avoid. I just heard that, which makes a lot of sense, because collaboration, like, let's follow the rule of law. Let's follow what it is so that they cannot. Yeah. The appellate court was feeling left out. You can't leave us out. You can't jump over us. They really kind of got upset about it. There was a conflict. I think they're trying to, it makes a lot more sense now, is they didn't want Trump to have any legal recourse. I was thinking that somebody was all like on his side and was trying to get him off and all of that. But the cards are saying, no, we have to do this so that it can't be bounced back. Patience, steady progress is the message here. The emperor, authority, the appellate court, let them make their decision. Okay, 10 of Wands, the burden and the responsibility. Okay, all right, cool. Of the judgment. Okay, so I guess that information needed to come out before I could get what they're going to say. Okay. I mean, it's not that too far off. They're going to start deliberation. I would say they're going to start their conversations on January 9th. It's not too far off. So that's pretty quick in the legal world. And I guess, let's see if we have what kind of opinions and thoughts we have on the appellate right now about this. Okay. 3 of Cups. I mean, the 3 of Cups is celebration, which doesn't make too much of a sense, other than they're going to say something that the country is going to celebrate. But who's going to celebrate, right? So the reward, the group, the party, the healing, the victory of the judgment. Victory of the judgment. Okay. The emotional breakup. 5 of Cups. The emotional breakup. Being paid your worth. Their due diligence. Like I said, this card has come up. I'm calling this my Republican card. The due diligence, the grief, the emotional breakup, the charity, the kindness to the country of the Republicans. Okay, let's see what this strength, They're in strength, meaning that their opinions and thoughts and beliefs behind this judgment has weight and gold and strength, which is good. I think that talks to how the Supreme Court is going to go, you know what, we're just going to go with them. Because they'll have strength, constant effort. The Nine of Pentacles also is gratitude, luxury, security. You have to secure our country. The Supreme Court has a lot of faith in them. Isn't that the weirdest? The loss and an emotional separation from Trump will bring happiness. All right. Page of Pentacles, good news. And the Emperor, which is authority and structure. I do think that the appellate court and then possibly the Supreme Court will do like that guy says, hand it down and say, nope, we agree with what they say. Let's go there, pop it back down and not take it. That, the burden and the responsibility of it, I think that is the reason why it's deceptive, where it says, you know, that the Supreme Court is not going to take it. I think this is the story that's coming out. I do. So what I'm feeling and what I'm getting is the appellate court is going to, of course, say, no, he doesn't have it. And the Supreme Court is going to go, you know what? We're going to go with that, pop it back down. We're not going to take it. They have a good ruling on it. And then it goes back down. And that's probably how it gets fast-tracked. Throwing the magician, the magic, and the power, skills, and actions of it. Well, there you go. All right, let's ask the horrible question. You know, the one where will Jack Smith's March trial date from Judge Chuckin get delayed because of all of this shenanigans? Whatever it is, we gotta just accept it. So let's see. I don't know if anybody else has already read on this, but okay. Well, the Ace of Wands comes out, but that's good. New cycle, expanding. It may not be as good as I thought. The King of Pentacles, control, power, discipline. The Empress, fertility, abundance. Eight of Cups, withdraw. Abandoning the situation. That's not good. Well, the cards to clarify what I just got was really good. So I got the Nine of Cups to go with the Ace of Wands. The Nine of Cups is wishes fulfilled, meaning that what she wants, which Judge Chuckin and all of them, what they want, their wishes get fulfilled. However, they have to surrender their original date. But the Empress has strength, and whatever date does come up, there's some strength to that. Like, that's the one. They're not going to move, because I did get withdraw from the original date, but I get the Ace of Swords after that. So I do think that the March original date is going to be postponed a little while. My mind and my gut, whichever one, says maybe end of April, maybe first part of May. It's not delayed for very long. But I do have a feeling that the March date has to be pushed out a little. All right. I'm going to see. They are trying. Trump is trying to slow walk everything. Only a person of privilege can get this slow walk in the public eye to watch it. We get to watch it. How privileged this man is. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, and some other people were on and they said something like, I thought the Supreme Court had a lifetime appointment. If a dictator gets into power, a dictator does not need a Supreme Court, nor does a dictator need a Congress. A dictator only needs him and whoever he appoints, whoever he wants to have power. That's why I say that the Supreme Court, if they don't handle this correctly, they will lose their jobs also. So there's that. Okay. Let's see if we get this done before the election. Defending the territory, the surrender and the retreat, 4 of Pentacles, holding on, financial stability, the bickering and the fighting. So we have all of the stuff prepared for a trial, bickering and the fighting. King of Swords, the professional, the lawyers, step in the defending. The Queen of Wands, business, politics, also King of Wands, which is ambitious, visionary, and the Hierophant shows up around the fighting and the conflict, where it's a spiritual insight, wisdom. So we're going to learn a lot. The 9 of Pentacles, constant effort, and judgment will happen before the elections. It will come to an end. Oh, and then the elections. Wow. The innocence of our elections will be back. Okay. All right. I'm going with that. All right, everyone. I hope you have a happy and wonderful holiday. I know I said I wasn't going to come on until after Christmas, but I had to get this. This was like, it evoked anger within me. Deep, dark anger that was within me for a moment. And then I came to my senses. So I hope this helps everyone. Bye.
I wanna take you back in time. All of our